Okay, we're now being joined by Jornel Lugo. Ed, go ahead.
Jornel, I'm glad I actually just read a quick headline about you. You took a hit financially with a crypto investment I read, and I'm just wondering, like, does that you're undefeated in the cage? Does that motivate you to keep on going and keep winning, or does that distract you from your training for a fight like you have coming up this weekend?
Yeah, I need my money back. That's separate though. Like I definitely want to get my money back, but not from the sport. Crypto owes me that money, so I
Okay.
definitely take the money that I make winning fights, and I take portions of that and I invest it in crypto. So I plan on making the money that I lost, which is like $30,000. I plan on making that back in crypto. So they owe me one for sure.
Wow.
Santiago, go ahead.
Hi, Jornel. Greetings from Amsterdam, and thank you for the time. Jornel, I want to take you back to November of last year when you fought against Tyler Soto. You didn't even have a contract back then. That all quickly changed, and now you're the number 8 ranked bantamweight. You're very young and, of course, undefeated. Is everything going exactly as you planned it?
Oh yeah, even since before that, as an amateur, my last amateur fight, I actually said I called out Scott Coker and I said Bellator I wanted to be signed, and I have a friend named Mike Kimball and he was signed with Paradigm, so I wanted to work with Paradigm as well. So everything that I wanted from back when I was still an amateur, from getting signed to Bellator to getting signed with Paradigm, all that happened. And another thing is, on my first Bellator fight, I came looking for the media. I snuck in the room because only the main card people got to do media day. So I snuck in the room and I was like, one day I'm going to be up here. One day I'm going to be like a big thing. So you guys should get an interview with me too. So yeah, now I'm here. Now you guys are interviewing me too. So yeah, everything's going the exact way I thought it would, and I believed it would.
What did you make of Keith Lee's last fight? I know that Stutz is a phenomenal fighter with a lot more experience, but did you take anything from that fight, Jornel, that you want to use for yourself on Friday night?
The main thing about that fight, if you watch it, is Keith Lee has good heart, man. Even when things are not going his way, he still sticks in there. He stays tough. So he's where he's at for a reason. It's because he has good heart. But I'm gonna show you guys that heart is not enough to be at the top level.
Kobe, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Jornel. 6-0 has got to be a great place to be, undefeated. Where do you think you are as far as your development goes in MMA? Do you feel like you're improving every fight, or do you feel like you're really where you need to be right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm where I need to be right now because I'm able to handle the fights that I'm coming up against. But I definitely feel like I'm getting better every single fight. Like if you watch my fight between my first fight with Duma, you watch my fight with Sudo, and you watch my fight with Cass Bell, I'm like 3 different styles. You can't even prepare for me because you don't know what I'm going to be bringing to you next time. So I'm always developing. I'm always trying to get better, and I'm always adapting to my opponent that I have to fight. So like the way I fight Keith Lee on Friday is not the way I'll fight somebody else. I fight everybody differently, and I improve all my skills all around the board for every month, every week. I'm constantly getting better. Every sparring session, I'm getting better. So, yeah.
Last couple of fights, you won by decision. Previous to that, you were a little more aggressive. I'm wondering if you're looking at getting the finish as a secondary thing and winning first.
Well, the most important thing is to get the victory for sure. When I was getting stoppages, I was fighting people that weren't as high level. Obviously, they were my first couple fights. They were 50-50 fighters. And then right away on my third fight, I fought against a guy who was 4-1. So right away, if you look at my career, I fought a guy who was 4-1 at my third fight. Well, here's my whole thing, right? I fought a guy who was 0-0, a guy who was 2-0, 4-1, and then right away I went to undefeated fighters. 4-0, 4-0, then 5-1. Am I missing anybody? 4-0, 4-0, 5-1. I think that's everybody. So everybody I was fighting was either undefeated or only had one loss. So it's not that easy to just stop people when they're good fighters. But definitely I go in with the mindset of winning first, because as long as you get the victory, nothing else matters. But this fight, I'm definitely looking to get the stoppage. It's even for me, I'm trying to figure out the balance between making sure I win and I stay composed, and how do I put up my foot on the gas and get the stoppage. So on this fight, I'm definitely going to look for that stoppage.
Paul, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Kind of going off on the same line of questioning there. Did you do anything new or different in training for this upcoming fight?
Yeah, I mean, I do things different for every fight just because I'm constantly developing new ways to train. I'm constantly learning a new technique. I'll see a technique and I'll find different ways to drill it. Like I'll see something and create ways to train that thing. So my training camps are always different because I'm constantly just doing new things. Because also, besides just like learning new things, you got to keep it fun, kind of. So like if you're always doing the same thing all the time, especially like if I'm only 25 years old. I want to be fighting until I'm 35. So if I want to fight till I'm 35, I'm not going to be able to do the same thing day in and day out until I'm 35. So I constantly have to be doing things that are new and fun. So I'm always doing different things to keep me excited, keep me wanting to go back to the gym. So yeah, my training is always different kind of because of that reason.
Ed? Luis, go ahead.
Hi. This is your fourth time in Bellator's cage, and now you have in front of you a very tough opponent like Kate Lee. What does it mean for your career getting the win this Friday? And do you feel some extra pressure for keep the zero in your record?
It's every single fight for me is important. There's no fight that's more important than the other. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. If you lose 3 fights in a row, you're getting kicked out. If you win 10 fights in a row, you get the belt. So it doesn't really make too big of a difference who the opponent is for me. They're all equally as important. And what was that last question you said? What was the last part?
What would it mean for
about
your
keeping
career?
my undefeated record.
Yeah.
Me being undefeated is not what drives me. I just don't want to lose in general. Like I don't care if I have an O or not because I lost as an amateur. I lost before. I lost kickboxing fights. I've lost in a grappling tournament before. I've lost in different situations in life. I've taken losses before. So to me, the O doesn't mean anything. What means the most to me is not losing, period. I don't care about the O. Because what if I had two losses? Then what does that mean? Oh, because I have 2 losses, now I'm okay with losing? No, I still don't want to lose. So it's just making sure that I come out victorious is the most important thing. I don't care about the O.
All right, last one here, Suki.
Hey, how's it going? I actually just wanted to ask, I know this fight's at 140, but there's some traction behind the idea of a bantamweight Grand Prix. I feel like you're kind of a growing name in the sport. Is that something that interests you?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. After this fight, after I win this fight, I'm definitely going to be I already think I have my spot in the tournament, but after this fight, I'm definitely going to have my spot. Maybe I'll fight one more time before the tournament starts, but I think it's going to be a 16-man tournament because there's a lot of guys in the 135-pound division. It's a stacked division. So you get all of us 16. There's a lot of names, a lot of big records, a lot of different skills to put up against each other. So I feel like when the tournament actually does get announced, it's going to be a big deal. And that tournament is going to be able to build me a lot more than anything else has so far. So I'm definitely excited for that to start, for my chance, not for my chance, but for my guarantee. I'm going to get that $1 million and I'm going to get that belt because skills pay the bills. And I'm the most well-rounded guy in the division. If you look into it, most guys are doing stand-up only or grappling only, and they're okay on the feet or can just do jiu-jitsu. Who else can stand and grapple effectively and actually goes for it? Because Sergio Pettis can stand and he can grapple, but he doesn't look to grapple. He doesn't actually look to wrestle or anything like that. I actually look to implement all parts of my game. So Archuleta can do everything too, but I do it better.
All right, Jonah, that was the last one, man. Thanks for the time.